The question is, a consumer has a utility function u is equal to 2x plus 3y. X and y are the two goods and faces a budget constraint of 4x plus 6y is equal to 12. 12 denotes the income. Consumer equilibrium will be attained at. The options are being given. First option is when consumer consumes 0 units of good X and 2 units of good Y. Second option is when consumer consumes 3 units of good X and 0 units of good Y. And similarly we have 1, 1.5, and D option is any point on the budget constraint. Okay, what we are being given, we want to, let's write it here, we want to maximize our utility, that is u is equal to 2x plus 3y subject to the budget constraint, and our budget constraint is 4, that is price of good X times units of good X, plus 6 denotes the price of good Y times units of good Y should be equal to the total income. Okay, if we draw the graph here, okay, if I take units of good X on the horizontal axis, units of good Y on vertical axis, we have this budget constraint. Okay, given this budget constraint, let us say this denotes the budget constraint. This is our budget constraint. Consumer will be at equilibrium, and we know the equilibrium condition is there. Our marginal rate of substitution should be equal to the ratio of the prices, price of X upon price of Y. Now MRS is simply marginal utility of good X upon marginal utility of good Y. It should be equal to price of X upon price of Y. Now MUX means the partial derivative of this function with respect to X. So derivative of X is 1, we are left with 2. MUY means the partial derivative with respect to Y, derivative of Y is 1, so we are left with 3, should be equal to, what's price of good X? It is 4, price of good Y is being given 6. Here we can see, rather, 2 upon 3 is actually equal to 2 upon 3, and this denotes, okay, or this MRS denotes the slope of indifference curve, and this ratio px upon py, it denotes the slope of budget line. And here we have seen slope of IC is exactly equal to the slope of budget line. That means given this budget line, we want to reach to the highest possible indifference curve, and our indifference curve will be a linear one here. Okay, so let us say this is one IC, this is second IC. Okay, so the highest possible IC will actually coincide with the budget line because slope is same. That means consumer will attain equilibrium at any point on the budget line. Okay, in this case the slope of indifference curve and slope of budget line is same, equal. That means indifference curve and the budget line will coincide with each other, they will overlap with each other, and any point on this line will be the equilibrium point for the consumer. Any combination of X and Y that is on this budget line will denote the equilibrium condition. That means the correct option should be D option.